Hello, everyone. My name is Teal-Rasferian, CEO, Plant Life Ambassador, and part-time Vtuber. And this particular stream is going to be my first ever ASMR stream. I did a little bit of audio testing beforehand, and I feel like this type of volume is okay. But if it isn't, please let me know. And yes, I happen to have taken off my glasses for this stream. I did it mostly because this particular toggle for my model has this cute little mouth. And I mean, it's whatever, but the riggers made it so that I can't have my glasses on at the same time. Although also, in addition to the mouth being cute, the eyes are a little droopy. So I guess having the glasses on in combination with that would distract from it. It's ultimately fine. Oh, hello, Acheron. Thank you for stopping by. So just a quick little thing, like I've said on Twitter. I have a few things that I want to say. No glasses stream. This be one in a lifetime experience. Quite possibly, yes. Like I've mentioned on Twitter, I only have a couple things that I wanted to, like, for sure do during this ASMR stream. But otherwise, it's improv. I don't really have like a set script or like situation that I want to do. I kind of just wanted to experiment with this and see how it's received. Blah blah blah. How do I want to start? I mean, I could just start by going straight into the things that I have prepared. I don't know. Oh? Anyone who sees Teal with no glasses dies in the next 24 hours. That's why it's a one-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm not so evil as to, like, hunt you down if you see me without my glasses. But that is kind of a funny thing. Although personally, I do think I look better with my glasses on rather than off. But really, that's just probably because I'm so used to wearing them my entire life. No, it's a natural cause, trust. I've pretty much been wearing glasses ever since near the start of kindergarten. You know that old trope for like old TV shows with like elementary school students, how like there'll be exactly one student with the glasses in every class. In kindergarten, that was me. I believe when first grade rolled around, one of my friends at the time, who I unfortunately lost contact with after I switched schools in third grade. Pardon me, I have to clear my throat. One of my friends, when we went into first grade, she had to get glasses as well. And so we kind of like joked about, ooh, we're the glasses kids. Um, I don't I don't recall if anyone else in the class also had glasses. But I mean, nowadays it's pretty dang common for everyone to have glasses. And that's just because, you know, optometrists and their technology are getting better. Although honestly, I think some people could probably that don't wear glasses could benefit from just seeing one. And chances are they've never seen one just because they've never thought that their vision had any problems. I guess that was a topic to talk about. um, I guess a segue since I did bring it up. Um, for third grade. Um, so I went to like a preschool first, and then I went to like a proper elementary school. Um, I went to kindergarten and first grade and second grade, and those were pretty much like the same group of kids for the classes, I think. Um, but then um, around the time for third grade, I actually had my family actually had to move to a different city nearby. And so I started going to a different elementary school. Um, third grade. Yeah. And then fourth in fourth grade, it was actually kind of interesting how they did things. Um, fourth graders, was it fourth graders and fifth graders? I think I think it was just fourth graders. Um, you know how in middle school and high school you have to move between classes during periods because each room is like for the teachers. Um, fourth grade, they had a similar system for us for that, where like our main classroom was kind of like a homeroom. But then we had to go to the different teachers down the hall for um, math and social studies, I think it was. But then I think pretty much every other topic that we had to cover, we stayed with our homeroom. Oh, except for music, we had to go to the other like standalone small room buildings for music. Um, but how it was is basically we oh, I forget. Was it like mixtures of like different students went to different places, or was it just the entire class? No, that's right. Fourth grade. In fourth grade, my homeroom was actually like split, but like between fourth graders and third graders because we were short staffed, I think. So the fourth graders, like me, we had to go to the different classes. And I think it was like because our class in particular was split, um, we kind of just like merged with the existing students that were in the other classes that were moving around. I'm not completely sure. Blah blah blah. Um, what's another little fact that about me when I was that young? Oh yeah, during recess from 4th grade and 5th grade and 6th grade, when I was at that school, because that's as high as it went, I would always ask to stay in class during recess in order to read books. Because I really loved reading back then. And there were a few times where I was actually required to go outside to recess, and I was so annoyed by that. And like my other classmates would be like, "Wow, it's Raz. He actually came outside." oh, oh, let me move my head up a little because I feel like my mouth keeps dipping like that. What? Okay. Yeah, okay. My mouth was kind of going off screen every now and then when I dipped down. I'm trying to keep like my mouth kind of close to my microphone so I can do this volume. But like my webcam is on the top of my microphone, so it tracks me like dipping down a lot. But yeah, I would constantly borrow books from the school library, and I had a really like high reading grade. I'm trying to think exactly how it was. Oh, I think it was like when I was in 5th or 6th grade. They said I had the reading ability of like a 9th or 10th grader simply because I kept reading. Oh, I remember. There was a required assignment for like reading comprehension during those times where we had to go on the computers. Basically, we would have to read any of the books that were on the list, and there was like a ton of books, so we could literally pick out anything. But we could pick out the books and finish reading them, and then we could go into the system and like specifically pick out like the titles from the list. And there would always be multiple, like 10 plus multiple choice questions on the contents of the books, and you only had to do yay many, but I kept reading so much and I kept filling those out that I always had like the highest score for like reading in the class. Those were excuse me, I hiccuped there. Those were simple days. Elementary school was when classwork was kind of okay. I mean, there were a couple times that were not okay for me when it came to math. Math was always my weakest subject. But they were very simple times. And like during free time between classes, between elementary to even high school, I always spent a lot of the free time, like if I had already finished my homework and stuff, I would like just write stuff, like stories and character biographies. Like I would just keep creating OCs over and over again and just write up all the little details. But once I left high school and I kind of like left that environment of study, I don't write nearly as much now. Especially when like my time is split between a day job and just being able to play video games I enjoy on my spare time. And then of course, now that I'm streaming, I have to spend time doing this, which is enjoyable in its own right. But it kind of does weigh on me that I don't write nearly as often as I do. And when I do try to write, it doesn't come as easily just because I'm so out of it. That's kind of sad. Boo hoo. Let me drink some water. Oh, I didn't mention this beforehand, but I don't have one of those fancy ASMR microphones. I'm just using my same microphone as always. But I have to wonder just how effective they are. It's it's been forever since I was curious and looked at them, but some of them can get pretty pricey, right? Like if I decided to try doing ASMR more, I might pick up something cheap. But if it's like $1,000, that's not happening, chat. You'll just have to settle with simple, basic quality microphone ASMR. Let me adjust myself. Oh, shoot. I think something fell from my desk. Oh, just some napkins I had off in the corner fell. That's not a big deal. I guess. Oh, I wonder. I'll try. Oh, also, well, it's fine because I don't have anything playing, but I forgot to put my headphones in. Okay. I forgot to put my headphones in. I hope that didn't make anything sound weird. Okay. Wah, wah, wah. It's not like I'm mirroring my own voice in the capture, so that should have been completely fine, and I don't have any music playing. But something, I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream before, but a while back, I went and got the voice mod program. It's basically a program that lets you change your voice. It also gives you a soundboard for sound effects that I haven't played with a lot yet, but one of these days I ought to. But something I've been trying to do is play around with the voice mixer. And I think I made a voice that's just like my own, except slightly deeper. So I think, yeah, I have it set on. So I have that set on and I just need to turn it on in OBS. Okay. I'm still clicked on my model, so it was zooming in and out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to that voice, and I'll see how you guys like it.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Teal-Rasferian, CEO, Plant Life Ambassador, and part-time VTuber. And this is me with a voice mod voice. There's an option that you can set in the voice mod panel so that you can hear yourself talk, but I actually have it turned off right now. Okay, do I need to change my head again? It keeps dipping down. Jeez. I don't have it turned on right now though, so I can't actually hear the difference. Um, which is actually good because when I do listen to myself use it, it's kind of hard to like think about what I'm going to say when I hear myself in the reverb. uh, but yeah, um, I hope this voice sounds nice to you guys. Um, I'm not sure how often I would use it because I was trying to put stuff together for something where I could use it. Um, but then I got distracted by other stuff and I haven't returned to it for a while. But maybe in the future I'll be able to pick up that project again. um, but yeah. Um, so I think I'll keep this voice on for now, and maybe I'll use it to read through the stuff I actually had prepared because I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. I haven't even started reading the stuff that I had planned. I was just able to like do a segue into my life as a student in elementary. Um, oh shoot, I have my uh, it's annoying when I click the VTube Studio and like scroll in and out to make my model, but then I don't click on anything outside of the window, so it just scrolls in and out again. Um, but as you might have noticed, one part of the title for this stream is that I whisper plant facts in your ear. So I actually looked up a few facts about plants. It I say plants, but it's mostly about fruits and veggies. So I guess I'll just read those off after I take some more water. All right. So I'll start from the top of the facts that I have. Um, you know how some fruits are referred to as berries? Something that's actually very interesting is that bananas are considered berries. However, strawberries are not berries. The definition of a berry is that they have their seeds on the inside. Um, Bananas do have their seeds on the inside, but strawberry seeds, if you've ever seen one, are all on the outside. Um, Other berries that exist are grapes. Um, Oddly enough, avocados are considered berries because they have that one giant seed in the middle of them. Um, Kiwis are also berries. Tomatoes are berries, as well as cucumbers and eggplants. And of course, pomegranates have all of their seeds on the inside of them, so they're berries as well. Um, Going on to pomegranate information, um, did you know an average sized pomegranate can contain anywhere between 200 to 1,400 seeds? That's a lot of seeds. And and you know that one myth regarding Persephone from the Greek myth? It said that she ate 6 seeds of the pomegranates from the underworld, which quite honestly, I'm doubtful because you're telling me she cracked open a pomegranate and she only had 6 of its seeds because she was bored? You have to remember she was a goddess. She doesn't need food in order to live. She just grabbed a random pomegranate that must have had at least 200 seeds in it, and she only ate 6 seeds in it. That's kind of weak, don't you think? That's kind of weak of her. I would easily eat like 6 whole pomegranates. That's how I'll get my 6 months in the underworld. Um, but going on to different facts, um, potatoes were actually the very first vegetable to ever be grown in space. Apparently, in October of 1995, NASA and the University of Wisconsin-Madison collaborated on that project. Um, I believe it was in a space station. I didn't actually copy that detail down for this document. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, scrolling down. Did you know that kiwis contain more vitamin C than oranges? More specifically, they have approximately twice the amount. Additionally, they're another high potassium and low salt alternative to bananas. And it's for these reasons, among others, that kiwis are considered a superfood because they're just that good for your body. I personally have not eaten a lot of kiwis in my time. I think I've had like kiwi flavored juice before, but I can't quite remember what it tastes like. Maybe one of these days I'll buy a couple kiwis and bite into them just to see what they're like. Next fact. Um, you know how there's like sometimes at old country fairs, there's the bobbing for apples, where they put the apples in the buckets of water and like they're floating on the water and you have to bite into them. Um, the reason why the apples actually float on the water is because they're approximately 25% air. So they're light enough because of that in order to float on the water surface. Another interesting fact regarding apples and a few others is that apples are considered part of the rose family. Um, Other fruits that are included are plums, pears, and peaches. I don't exactly know how like food will be considered a rose, but I'm presuming it's just the way that they grow. You would think I'd know this already, being someone that controls plants for a living, but there's a lot of interesting facts that I don't know. Another section of facts is in regards to watermelons. Um, People that were exploring way back when used to use watermelons as canteens. That makes sense because, watermelons are a very watery fruit or vegetable. I don't know. Are they fruits? Watermelons have their watermelons have seeds on the inside, so they're considered berries, right? Right? They're considered berries now. We've learned that, right? But using them as canteens kind of makes sense because they're very watery, and you can also kind of just like drill holes in them and just fill them back up with water, right? And it'll keep well. But another fact about them, you've probably seen um, in Japan, farmers will grow watermelons into the shapes of cubes. Um, they'll basically grow them in these like plastic or glass boxes that are like a certain size, and the watermelons will grow uh, up to that size. Apparently, one of the main reasons for that is so that they fit in refrigerators better and they save more space. That kind of makes sense since they're it's a lot easier to store cubes than it is to store spheres. Bum, 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 bum. Water. I'm a thirsty boy using my watermelon as a canteen. um, Another thing that I found out that was pretty interesting. Um, you do not want to microwave grapes. Um, they can spark and actually explode in a microwave. Um, More specifically, if you either split one in half or if you have two separate grapes touching each other, um, they can concentrate the energy of the microwave into the hot spots. And when the hot spot, or else otherwise known as the grapes, touch, they will create a type of plasma. And plasma is an energy, it sparks and burns. Um, I double checked that on the internet and I actually found a video posted by scientists and it showed them like sparking together and they ended up getting a little bit burned. It was kind of interesting. Um, and then the last plant-based fact that I happen to have prepared involves pineapples, which I've never really been into the flavor of pineapples. But apparently, um, if you want a pineapple to become ripe faster, you have to place it upside down so that like the leafy head part's facing down. Apparently, all of the sugars and stuff is mostly concentrated at the very bottom. But if you put it upside down, then they will travel um, through the rest of the body of the pineapple. And that will just accelerate the whole process of it becoming more ripe. Drinking more water. I'm a very thirsty boy today. Ah, okay. Um, as far as plant facts go, that's all I had prepared. Um, I wanted to look up like copy pastas that I could read. Um, but I didn't want to pick any that were like sexual because I wasn't sure how acceptable that might be. So with the time available to me, I was only able to find one. And it's not really even a copy pasta. It's just kind of a silly meme at this point. So I'll start reading it and maybe you'll know what it is right away. Okay. The FitnessGram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start. And that's it. um, there's like two parts of it that said beep and ding that I just didn't read out. because I didn't know how to make those sounds. Like, do I just say beep? Do I just say ding? Or do I try? But yeah, that was it for the things I had written down that I wanted to do for sure. Um, yeah. Um, I mean, I didn't have any set time that I wanted to keep doing this for. Also, let me actually go back to my normal voice.
There we go. Back to normal Rasferian voice. Yay. Um, I didn't have any particular time set that I wanted to do this for. Um, I was thinking like doing it for an hour would probably not happen with such little that I prepared. But looking at the timer, I have been doing this for it like around 38 minutes. That's actually, I was thinking like maybe I'll get lucky enough to be able to do half an hour. So the fact that I was able to get like this far is actually kind of impressive. Um, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna call this stream to an end. Um, Kind of like how I did yesterday and how I've mentioned on Twitter before the stream. Um, this was just the first stream for the day. Um, After this one ends, I'll be taking a break. Um, Maybe just like a half-hour break this time, which would mean I would start Cult of the Lamb at my usual time of like 1:30 p.m. actually. Huh, that's nice. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna end the stream, take a break, maybe snack on something really quick, and then we'll be playing some more Cult of the Lamb. Um, Thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope you enjoyed the voice. Um, Feel free to let me know how you liked it, whether it's in a comment or maybe a reply to my post on Twitter about it. Um, I hope maybe in the future I'll be able to come up with a good situation that I'll be able to do more ASMR for. But until then, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.